Alright, so I just got back from seeing the movie. Me and Lindsay went to go see it, and I gotta say, I'm gonna keep this as spoiler free as possible. Because, opening day is like tomorrow or today. Like, by the time this video will be uploaded, it'll probably be on opening day. So, this is Thursday night, as I'm recording this. So, yeah. So, with that being said, I gotta say, um, I don't get why people, it had its flaws. It wasn't flawless, but I don't get why people are, criticizing it the way they are. Like, where there's some people who liked it and some people who didn't. Like, where some, I saw a couple of, reviews online that were spoiler free, and, um, well, I mean, like, most of the reviews that I came across were positive, but at least one or two I, saw they were just like, it could have been better. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know. I think it deserved much more credit than that. Um, and and I gotta say, like the everything what you would expect from a Guardians of the Galaxy movie is there. I mean, the humor is there, and it's epic. The action is epic, and the emotional scenes are done well, and you really feel the dynamic of them as a family, where in the first one they were strangers, and then and they became friends, by the end of the movie, and you really felt the family dynamic at the end of the movie of the first one. And here, you know, we get to experience more of that. And when Star Wars Dad is introduced, I thought it would be a major spoiler, like where I'm like, okay, why is that in the trailer? Like I would much rather them just kept that as vague as possible, where we didn't know if Kurt Russell was gonna play his dad or not, or whatever. They should have just left that up in the air and let us find out for ourselves. But he does play his father, and um, and that's not this. That's not the. They didn't. Like after seeing the movie, if you saw it, you know that they did not really give away the movie. They really didn't. And the other surprising thing is, I was basically anticipating that Baby Groot was gonna steal the show in the movie, but as adorable as he was and as awesome as he was, um, he really didn't. I mean, he didn't really have that much of a spotlight as I pictured in my mind before seeing this movie. But in the opening credits, yeah, I mean, I'll say that that's one of my favorite Baby Groot moments. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it as that. And the person who really stole the show is Yondu. Um, and I saw that in one of my reviews, like where he basically, stole the show. It wasn't Baby Groot, but it was Yondu, and he was badass. He was way more badass in this movie than he was in the first one, and and his and that character was developed really well in this movie, and and they made some unexpected changes to some, like to a certain story, like to a certain part of the movie. I'm like, okay, I didn't think they were really gonna do that, but I kind of had the sense that it was gonna go in that direction as we were getting closer and closer to that happening. But and I gotta say, the golden people that you see in the movie, well, you see in the trailers, I don't really care for them. I mean, my only nitpick is with the like the villains in the movie. Like I know some people say that Marvel has shitty villains. They really don't. I mean, like Loki was awesome, and Red Skull was awesome, and like this. That's just to name a few. I mean, not all of them were bad. I mean, here was a little. It was okay, I guess. Like the villain, like the villains in this movie were okay, um, but they didn't. That didn't prevent me from enjoying the movie. I mean, I just I feel that Ronan was a much better villain, than the villains in in this movie, and and I gotta say, when it gets to the emotional parts in the movie, I was literally telling myself like, Nope, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Mm-mm. Nope. No tears. Nope, nope. Get back in there. Get back in there. Get back in there. Oh man. And and as the end credits are rolling, I mean there's 5 end credit scenes obviously. So count them as you're going along to see if you're closer, if you really want to. But if not, just you have the end credits to enjoy as as you see words scrolling, like up the screen, and then it has intriguing effects to entertain you as that's happening while you're waiting for another end credit scene to come up. And I gotta say, right now I enjoy this just as much as the sequel. As the first one. I mean, I enjoyed it just as much as the first movie, and I've said that about plenty of movies where I said I enjoyed it just as much as the first one or this and so on, and then I go back and I'm like, you know what, I enjoyed the first one better, but there's a chance that I may go or somewhere down the line I may say, you know what, the first one was more enjoyable, but right now I'm like, it's like neck and neck, like where it's like I enjoyed it almost as much as the first one, and another part of me is like, yeah, I enjoyed it just as much as the first movie. And yeah, Thanos is not in the movie. Then that much I will tell you. And he doesn't play a large, like you don't hear of him as much as you do in the first one. In that first one, that was important. They got us ready for, him to become a really huge threat in the, in Phase 3. So so yeah, this was more focused on Star-Lord, basically, figuring out who he is and who his father is and what happened and why wasn't he there, again, his life, and et cetera, et cetera. And it's told in a way that I did, that I never thought they would do. And I gotta say, like with Mantis, I see a dynamic between her and Jax. I mean, like that's just me. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I thought she was pretty cool, and the Guardians, they kicked ass, and yeah, I mean, I think I think if you really enjoyed this movie, I think you will. If you really enjoyed the first one, I really do highly believe that you will enjoy this one, and I'm kind of disappointed in Jeremy Jahns for saying that you need to be drunk to enjoy it. I think it at least deserves a rating of good time, no alcohol required. You know what I mean? I mean, like if you want to, just give it, if you don't want to say you buy it on Blu-ray or anything like that, then just give it that. I mean, I didn't need alcohol to enjoy this movie. I really didn't. And I didn't have any problems with the humor in the movie. Like they were saying there was one part in the movie where the humor just kind of carried on and carried on. It kind of did, but I wasn't annoyed. I mean, it didn't catch on to the point where I was annoyed. I mean, they made it sound like they were talking about Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. I mean, they had, they overkilled the humor in that movie, but there was a writer's strike. But like around that time when that movie was being made, but still, I mean, come on, it wasn't that underwhelming for realsies. So, but all being said, I said this gets 4 solid chair spans out of 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. 4 chair spins. So, I'd say go check it out, and if you're one of those people who it's like, oh, I don't really care for Iron Man or Captain America, I just want to watch this movie and just ignore the rest, watch these, this movie and see the Avengers, you're really ruining the Marvel experience for yourselves. I mean, watch these movies in order. I mean, I don't think we have came across a weak or a very extremely weak movie in the lineup in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Not even the Iron Man sequels, and they weren't that great. Not like the first one, but they were still pretty good. But and this movie here is no exception. I mean, I think you'll enjoy it. I mean, it's not like Captain America where each movie tops itself. I mean, it sort of is staying. It's staying with the fun that we've had in the first movie, like when it comes to the Guardians. But as far as the villains go, that's all I gotta say. That's my only nitpick, and I can't think of any other. I didn't have any other problems with the movie, and I sure as hell would see it again. And I'd say go see it in IMAX 3D. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, it'll give you nostalgic feels all over again with the music and the soundtrack and everything. So it's a lot to look forward to. So get up off your ass and go see this movie. That's what I'm saying. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And so, but yeah, even though it did focus on Star-Lord, I mean, each Guardian had time to shine. Baby Groot too, but not as much as I anticipated. But still, you know, it's still at the end of the day, it does focus on them as the Guardians of the Galaxy. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed my review on this movie, make sure you thumb up the video and make sure you click subscribe if you're a newbie to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I better get the fuck up off of here before before a spoiler slips out of my mouth. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do a spoiler video. I mean, I'll think about it. But well, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.